I just had to highlight why OpTic's so good at 6-star, and this has nothing to do with it, but I just want to show how perfect their breakoff was. You just need to highlight like the coverage that they have. So number one, got the long lane. Number four, number three, going on the side. They basically have everything covered. Long lane's covered. Him going through steps. Shotzi going through steps. Free kill on that guy mid. They got double fire on this guy because this guy can't make it around here in time. It'd just be useless. But instantly, once they get that guy, they have info on number 5 already, so they know where that guy is. So now they're only looking for 2. If that guy's mid, this guy has to be on the left side, and the other guy went mid. So throw a stun, they get him. They bait and switch over here, number 4, number 3. Number 3 runs by, number 5's focused on him, so number 4 is holding him out, basically stopping so he can't cross on a P1. So they're holding this guy from P1, so now they already know where the other guys are. They're just isoing him. Number 3 goes, helps in mid, goes back to helping number 5. They already know where number 8 is because they just stunned him, so they trade him out, and then they have all 4 dead. And then what they do so well, I mean, OpTic, when they get P1 control first, or if they get it, they're virtually unbreakable on it. Like you'll notice from this game and the Carolina game when I play, when they have P1 control first, P1 control, P3, P4. Like 3 out of 4 of the hills when they have first, like they maximize their time on it, especially P4. They're so good at breaking P4. We're going to show some examples. But now you can just like see how they're just spawn killing. Like so much pressure on the map. They put so much pressure on this map when they play. It's actually absurd. And it's so funny because the way they play isn't even like super unbeatable. A lot of teams just don't know how to play like this. They're not watching this and replicating it. Any of the top 4 teams, Ultra, but maybe not Ultra, maybe. Actually, I think Ultra can. I think all the top 4 teams have the skill to replicate this, but OpTic have the personnel for this map to do it at its best. So, I mean, I'm just going to highlight P3. How often do we see teams get maximum fucking P3 time? So, it all comes with the Shotzi just being super fucking decisive. And, like, you could even argue number 5 is making a mistake. You could play a bit tighter. Like, long haul, I mean, granted, he knows someone's going to rotate. But long haul so early, especially pushing up on it, I made the same thing about a BZ, and now you're seeing another player do it, and you're seeing how it could cost a team a hill. Now you're seeing it. Play tighter to the hill till you get that first wave of kills, and then you can push up. So Shotzi finds a gap, and this is like, this costed Cloud9 literally 50 points. Literally 50 points. They got 50 plus points on this hill. Shotzi gets a 2-piece. Take a look how they hold it. So number 1 acknowledges that like there's people pushing mid, so he plays this safe spot. Doesn't even bother looking at long haul because he knows the people off spawn are going to get it. He literally kills the people on the hop up. Trades, but they already have people there. Like constant pressure. That guy's shooting that side. Insta pinch. They clear them all out. Bro, so much pressure. They try to go through mid. Guess who's already watching mid? Boom, right there. They try to go through off spawn. They already have the front covered. Like NYSL, or Cloud9, my bad, could not get anywhere near this hill. And OpTic is so good at P4. If they don't have it first, they are literally the best team in the game, in my opinion, just from like the VOD I've been watching lately, of breaking this hill. And if they have it, holding it. And if they don't hold all the time, like they're honestly like not even trying, bro. Like, so they know it's easier to break it from this side and have them spawning on this side, so they commit to breaking P4 from this side. First life doesn't go that well, but then they bait and switch this life after. Number 3 is kind of just staying alive, waiting for them, and then when they're ready to go, now number 3 is going, and now they just flood. Got Dashy up top with a super duper angle. He knows Pred has the right side covered, so he just has to look at the left side. And Kenny's right there with them. Team shots, boom, dead. Pred pushed from that side. Now they just out trade. The guy from underground, he's already too late because he already killed everyone from the front. It's just a perfect example of how they could just get everyone up the hill so fast. If there's a remaining guy pinching, I mean, they just handle him so fast. Like, there was such a clean break, especially Pred just waiting. Playing his life. Look, just waiting. Just waits for them to get set up. And then when they're ready, now it's like boom. Because now I mean, like, they got a guy down, so they know people are coming off spawn. Even him just like dying, it doesn't. He doesn't need to get a kill. Doesn't need to get a kill. That just allows Shotzi and Kenny to be able to kill this guy and not having to worry about getting shot from this side. So Pred there, and number two's already off spawn. So now they kill that guy on the left side. They flood the right side, kill them both off. That guy gets the guy in the top window, but it doesn't even matter because now they're off spawn. Boom, they trade. They out trade. They out trade so many times on 6-star. If you watch a majority of this hills, even P1, the amount of P1s that we're going to watch where they just out trade. They know how to out trade and get the numbers. Guys off spawn, come back and help. Super duper pressure. Now they got them spawning long haul side. And I mean, they basically stopped Cloud9 because most teams, when they get P4, hold the majority of the time. It allows a lot of teams to get back in the game. But they don't let anybody, they literally don't let anyone maximize P4 time. And that's why I feel like they're so good at this map. And you're even going to see when we watch the Royal Ravens game, they started off slow the whole game. Like, they got 30 points from like the first 3 hills, and then it got to P4, boom, insta got back in the lead. And then from there on the second rotation, like, then they started getting in their flow, shooting better, just out trading, putting pressure. Like, it is inevitable that they will win this map even if they start off slow, because they're so good at breaking every single hill, or so good at stopping you from getting time on these hills. You may be able to get some P2 time, some P1 time. Like, teams like Cloud9 were able to get good P1 time, but it is inevitable. Even if you get these times, P2, P3, P4, they'll catch up no matter what. They will catch up no matter what. So, like, this is literally another example of, like, how good they are at P4 on this map. Like, they're so good at P4 on this map. So in this situation, still breaking from the same side, but the way they keep pressure from mid at stopping them from getting a true setup. Sure, this guy's alive for a while, pops a 2-piece for a while, but they eventually get him out. But nullifying the rest of the team from, like, being able to set up on the hill, keeping pressure from middle until they're able to take control of that side, causing this guy to, like, hop out the window because, like, fuck, no one's getting on the hill. I gotta get back. Like, the way they kept pressure on mid, and Pred just wins, like, a big fuck gunfight. So, like, Pred kills the first guy, Hydra, and then he, like, fucking fakes it, jumps back around, pisses on fucking Kismet, and they just out-trade mid. But look, they're just constantly stopping the setup. Like, they're just looking that side. Caesar's popping 2 pieces up there, but it doesn't matter. And they're just, like, they just cut off everyone, and now they have control, and they literally get like 40. They literally get the rest of the time from this. They just put so much, like, I don't know why, like, teams like FaZe and other teams, like, struggle when, like, OpTic makes it look so easy. Maybe OpTic just has, like, the sauce that these other teams, like, don't have. Like, the way they break P4 looks so easy that anybody could do it, but not everyone's doing it, which means, like, they're just different gravy at this map. The way they're able to break P4 from this side, and if not this side, break it from middle. Oh, it's so great. It's just so great. So great. There's just so much pressure going on, bro. So much pressure. And they have the right mix of being aggressive and but also knowing when to hold when they have a hill. Like P3, like, they know how to hold, they know how to send guys out on the pinch, put damage in to delay the push, and then already spawn back up and come back in again to help. Like, they're so good at that. So just constant force all the time. You could honestly argue even Carolina trolls this, because it all came down to, like, TJ maybe pushing the pinch faster, but pinching from underground is, like, such a timing thing. You never know when you're gonna get the timing right at all. But OpTic's still so good at breaking P4, like always. So you got Shotzi, he's waiting for somebody in mid to get a bit closer, and then he makes a play. And look how easy they break this. The second that guy in mid gets closer, he just flies and goes right. And he knows, because if he goes right and he just gets some damage in, the guy from mid's going to get an insta trade. And he's also drawing people away there watching mid to look at him, so the guy from mid could get easy trades, and then number 1 could like kind of do the rest on the left side. And then you got number 4 on the Omega pinch for like when all of them start flooding in. So he just flies in. Like, look at that. So good, bro. Like, he flies in on the right, watches the left. They're not even focused on underground. Like, they kill the whole team before fuck TJ even hops up, and he can't do nothing about it. Like, just great coordination. How they break P4. Like, no other team breaks P4 like they do. Like, they break it so easy. And then they're pushing up. They're getting spawn kills. That may have been a bit too rogue, but I mean, full confidence in his team to just hold. Full confidence in the team to hold. Kenny's popping fucking 2 pieces. They get big time off this. They got like, they literally got like 40 seconds off this. They just broke him and got they got the rest of the time. Like, they maximize time on this map, bro, on their hills. When they get in the hills, they maximize time. There's sometimes like P3, P2 might be a little bit mixy if like they're like the second one's there, but honestly, when they're like in a hill, bro, they just hold. And even their P1, I actually want to talk about their P1 too. So this is the complete opposite way of how fucking FaZe plays their thing. You could even go on that video I made of like people overcomplicating. When I talk about FaZe on 6-star, when a BZ, when they had like a setup, they had Stella on this side, they had Draza, they had Simp in a corner. A BZ's like, fuck it, I'm just go on a wide pinch run vents. Why? This is a perfect example of being so confident in your skill. We'll just hold this hill. They have to push us. We'll just gun them from the front, and then when we gun them enough times, then we'll push P2. Granted, they didn't get that much P2 time, but they maximized P1 time. Like, they're not going too far up. I mean, you could say whatever about that Tiki guy, but he's completely covered by the guys in mid. Number 2's not pushing up too far. They're always there to help. They're out trading. Like, look how close everyone is to each other. Like, obviously, like, there's a guy that has to be like on that pool side. But look, number 2's not pushing up too much. He's not going for pinches. Just holding. Just prone. You know? I was about to say his nickname. I was like, nah. But that was a good prone. Like, look, they're just constantly holding the front. And then when there's enough time, when they know Carolina's probably not going to push anymore, they just start pushing from the front. Start going for P2. Like, that's a good P1 hold. Where you just, like, they have to come to you, bro. Just got them from the front. You don't have to, like, take routes. Don't want to take routes. Just hold what you gotta hold. They gotta push. I just thought that was good. And even on their P3, I want to show like how their P3 is different from how FaZe plays. You could go on the numerous videos I made about how FaZe trolls like their P3 rotation when like they spawn there. This is a perfect example of how you can allow players to go rogue and you still hold spawns. Because when FaZe had it in the one video I did, Abizi was pushing P4, Simp pushed up mid, they had nobody holding the spawn. And everyone knows on 6-star, when you literally have a guy in the hill or like around here, everyone's just gonna spawn on him. They just spawn on him every single time. Even if a team's pushing the back, you got a person around the hill, get spawned on instantly. So take a look at Dashy, holding the spawns, just holding the spawns. It doesn't do anything else, just holds the spawns. Everyone else just flies out. They put some damage in, like, you know, like they tag them up a little bit, like they get them to use like their tags a little bit. They put some damage in. They all spawn on the hill, and then they just hold it from there. Because they had number 4 holding the spawns, which allows them to go rogue if they want to just go get some damage in, you know, like delay the push a bit. But now they have the hill, and now they're fucking holding it. It doesn't matter if he gets kills, boom, traded. Now you know they're all coming. They're all coming from the front, long haul watch. And now it's just like, I mean, he flies out there, but I mean, like, they got a streak. I'm pretty sure that's why he went rogue. He gets a 3-piece off of this. Like, they just make 6-star look so simple. And I feel like I said in the other video, every top 4 team could play like this, but they just, like they just don't, you know? Like, obviously other teams are going to get hills, but it's about your holding and how you break. And, like, breaking with your team when you have rotation, being able to hold your hills. They're so good at holding hills, bro. And, like, if you're able to hold hills on this map, you could come back. Like, they were down, 1 P4 hold, boom, right back in the game, got a P1, got the lead, you know. P2 didn't go as planned, but then they got it right back on P3. And then they chained P3 into P4, and You're just not gonna break them on P4 at all. Yeah, number 3, just going on the fucking pinch for the vibes, bro. Go on a pinch from the vibes because they want to start spawning long haul side, but they're gonna still spawn in the back because you got a late spawn up there. But it's just so easy. Like, you're really not gonna break them off it. You got number 2 pushed up already. Number 2 pushed up on the pinch. You could argue number 3 doesn't got. You could argue number 3 didn't have to pinch when number 2 was already pinched, and he could have just held the side. They probably would have held that whole time, but still, it doesn't even matter. I mean, like, they still got majority of the time. Like, to the point where number 7 literally had a backup off the hill. But I mean, these are just some examples. You could probably go in all the other 6-star games. I mean, a lot of teams started fucking banning on them lately, but they're so good at breaking, like, the right mixture of, like, pressure and holding hills. It's just great. Like, it's like they're so confident on the map, they just know they're gonna win. And this map's completely different from sub base. I feel like this is a map that, unless teams actually change their play style, I mean, how would they just be better at?